Hello and welcome to another Battlefield 6 weapons guide. It's been a bit, but we're going to jump right into it with a gun that I honestly think is probably going to be my favorite gun that I've used so far, and that is the SG553R, otherwise known as the SIG 55R assault rifle. Now, I will go on a limb here and say this gun is disgusting. It has 33 damage, 720 rate of fire, and it starts with a 30 round mag. So, I mean, right off the bat, we're thinking that this gun is probably going to outclass most of the other carbines. I will even go out on a limb here and say that this is probably one of the only guns that I beat the M4 close with. But without further ado, let's get right into it with our muzzle brakes. Now, I do think the double port brake is probably going to be your best choice. I will admit I did unlock the suppressor after kind of shooting this kind of preview build. And I do think the suppressor does feel good, but I do think that the best choice is going to be your double port brake in typical fashion, unless you want to go suppressed, as honestly, I'm a suppressed boy, but you can choose either or. As far as our barrel, we're going to go through 303mm LB, just because this gives us our faster ADS and gives us better bullet velocity, something that I'm always a sucker for with assault rifle style guns. As far as our vertical grip, we are going to go old reliable in the 6H64 vertical. The thing that honestly costs the kind of the best as far as like what actual raw costs for like kind of what you get. And honestly, I don't think any of the other ones really fit well with this thing, as it really doesn't have a ton of kick. And honestly, I think it's pretty good from a distance either way. With our magazines, we are going to, of course, probably go to 30 rounder just because of our points. But I think if you want to go to 30 round fast or a 36 rounder, by all means, I've just been running the 30 round base, even after having the thing at mastery level 25. As far as our weapon kind of ammo types, we're going to go the tungsten core just because this thing is basically a monster that will be shredding through enemies. And more often than not, there's going to be a lot of people around you. The mag catch is, of course, kind of something that is optional. You're probably going to have to remove it to use a suppressor, but it does give you better reload speed. As far as our scopes, we're going to choose either a 1.75 times, a 2 times, or a 1.5 times. I do think this thing really excels in mid-range combat and close range, honestly, more than anything. And we're going to just kind of want to press that just because. As far as our lasers, we can go the green laser if we want. I personally choose green because I like the hip fire reticule, and it makes it kind of really clean from up close. Now, as you can see from the firing range, this thing is kind of a monster. I do believe that the 33 damage is the reason that this thing is locked behind so many challenges, and I really do think it is a gun that really, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. I have a buddy that told me that this is pretty much all he runs, and I've also read in a couple of my comment sections that this gun is probably going to be one of the best guns in the game, just simply because of the fact that it only requires 4 shots to kill. And I mean, honestly, with the rate of fire being 720, you are going to have a pretty good time fighting in close quarters with this thing, as it really does just eat from about 10 to 15, 10 to maybe 25 meters. And honestly, it's not terrible from a distance, but I prefer to run this thing kind of mid-range, just like the description says. Now we actually see this thing in action besides the firing range and kind of seeing it up close and personal. If it's not obvious, this thing really just is kind of eat booty in the best way possible. I mean, simply put, this gun is what I would consider to be one of the best guns in the game, if not probably top 3 guns in the game as far as just how it functions. It really does just feel like a assault rifle that just put into the carbine category, because I mean it is based on the real life SIG 553R. So I mean, this thing, what really separates it from the other carbines more than anything is the fact that it does do 33 damage, kind of comparing to some of the assault rifles. But I do honestly think that this gun will serve pretty much anyone in the kind of 15 to 20 meter range, and it's probably going to win pretty much every fight that I've seen from up close. Even in situations where I'm fighting an SMG or, you know, our favorite M4A1, this thing really does seem to come out on top. Now, I know I've been slacking on my Battlefield vids for the past kind of couple weeks, but I did come back just so I could do this. Maybe not last video, but this is probably going to be one of the last Battlefield videos I do. As well, there's a lot of the other things coming out, and my heart isn't really set on making content for this as successful as it's been. I really hope y'all have enjoyed this series. I might do more Battlefield gun reviews if something catches my eye, but I honestly haven't really been playing that much Battlefield since Season 1 dropped. And honestly, I just haven't really been able to get back into it after about 70 hours in about 2 weeks. So, as always, I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your month, and a good rest of your year. I hope y'all enjoyed this gun as much as I did. I mean, I will admit I really loved it. I thought it felt damn near perfect from a kind of just an assault rifle carbine perspective. And the fact that it has a 720 rate of fire, it has 33 damage, and it starts with a 30 round mag. I mean, really, I will go out on a limb here and say all you really need for this thing is a vertical grip and a sight. And honestly, you can just run it as is. It kind of eats really whatever's in front of you. And I do think with the addition of either the red laser or the green laser, this thing is a gun that you're rarely going to lose with. And that's kind of rare to find in this game because you got a pretty good amount of options. But as always, I'm going to stop blabbing because I don't really want to anymore. And I hope y'all enjoyed this little build vid. Might be my last one, might not. We'll see how we do. Otherwise, I hope y'all are enjoying Battlefield. Tell me how the Battle Royale is. I haven't played it. And if it's worth trying for someone who really isn't into Battle Royales. As always, I hope to see y'all on the next video. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe if you want more of these kind of guide videos, because that's the thing I specialize in. All right, that's all I got. Goodbye.